Good morning, everyone. Or good early afternoon, everyone. T-Speak at 222 with Swing Traders Anonymous. It's 12:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. And I want to welcome you guys in. We're going to take a look at the total crypto market cap. I'm going to give you a quick insight on Theta, which I covered in my ISO headquarters, so go take a look at that to see how we got to what I'm going to show you. We're going to take a look at the total crypto market cap, Tether, and Bitcoin, see how we did on our projection last night. And then also cover Hbar as well. And then I want to do a new edition, not a new edition to some of you, but for Mr. JD, we're going to be covering on this station, XPR. So Proton, some of you guys are familiar with it, and I'm going to be covering it on this XRP Swing Trader station. So if you're a fan of XPR, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And I'm going to show you guys how we're going to do the up-to-minute, up-to-the-date on XPR. So first things first, let's take over a look at the total crypto market cap. It looks like it's coming up to the top like we talked about yesterday. It looks like it's starting to round here, and this, this formation is very tricky because if it does end up doing the sideways and up and just come and trickle up into here, and then it drops levels, you're looking at an apex moment here where you're going to meet down here and you're going to be looking at that 2.02 trillion. First things first, though, if we went way up there, we'd have to come to this uptrending resistance support line, so we'd have to come back down to support. And we'd have a similar drop like you've seen in Bitcoin last night. So that's what I'm looking and expecting. That's like the upper end, what I would be expecting on the market cap. And then I'd expect a swift and quick drop back down to that apex moment where the support resistance meets. And that's where the moving averages likely are sitting right now. So that's what I'd be looking at with the total crypto market cap. With Tether, we're still on the downward part of the uptrend. And I told you, once this breaks up, that's going to be what starts to precede the crypto drop. And I've been on top of this for a while. We'll wait for this to load up. Anytime now, Tether. There we go. So this is what it's at. And it's right at the bottom of the trend line. So once it bounces up to that $35 approximately, as long as it stays on the uptrend, we're going to have a nice little drop in Bitcoin and the rest of crypto. And it's going to coincide perfectly with the Tether little pump of about 3.6% to 4%, or 3.28% up to about 4.12%. So that's what to expect in the total crypto market cap and Tether. Bitcoin, we called it out last night, and you couldn't have called it any better. It's why I'm the best in the business. Make sure to hit that like button if you want this up to the minute, up to the date, on the fly technical analysis. I don't wait. I see what's happening and I put it out before anybody else, and then most follow. So I had this drop. When I said it looked like we were rounding the top, I came on last night and said we were going to come on, and I circled it and showed you the drop to 53,343. You can go check my videos from yesterday. This was out here, and it dropped perfectly. So when you want to talk about who's the best in the business, there's nobody better than me when it comes to up-to-the-minute technical analysis, and that was up-to-the-minute technicals on Bitcoin. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. Have a blessed one. Okay. So, like I say, I'm the best in the business, and that, again, proves it time and time again. Nobody else put that exact number out, nor if they did, they're as good as I am, because that's the exact number we dropped down to. We traded on this exact line. So, that's why I consider myself the best in the business. I can do this on the fly, and even just a wick, it pulls back and hits it. So, that's Bitcoin. Now, Hbar real quick. We have this. This is a potential reversal taking place as we speak. And I'm very interested in this. Very interested in this. It's just that it fell down below the trend. So that's why I'm not in it. So this is why some people that were in it, Sam, I know you followed, and you can see why I said it's too unstable to be following it, because it looked like we called this before it even started the downtrend, Sam. That's why, if you're in something and you're talking to me, I can keep you ahead. And Sam quickly said, you know what? I was already up a good amount on XRP, or XLM he rode, the XLM trade alert. He made good money, so he said, I'm not going to risk it on this. Cut his losses. And I know he's thrilled after what he's seen break down last night. So it broke out of the bottom of the trend. So now we've got to ride this trend line and see if it can come back up. So that's the problem right now. The big problem is we broke down. And if you guys are interested, I just had an update. As you can see, it just uploaded on my ISO headquarters. And as it said, ISO, I'll just show you a quick an ISO 20022, how bad can this get? Update on BTC projection. from last night, and then I did an update on Theta, Doge, Shiba, XRP, Algo, and then there was also IOTA was in there as well. So go check that out. That's the ISO headquarters. The link will be in the video description below when this video comes out. We're up to 407 or 409 subscribers now. It's absolutely insane. It's actually outperforming this page in the analytics, so we need to step it up on this page. We have 726 subscribers, and the other page is outperforming us. Watch time hours and views in the last 48 hours for the last week now. So the ISO headquarters is picking up some steam. This channel is also picking up steam, but the ISO headquarters is becoming one of the most sought after pages now out of all three of mine. So that's fantastic. So that's what we're looking for with the Hbar. So we're looking to see if it ends up maintaining this downward trend or can somehow push back up into this upward trend, but it has to get into the 38 cent. But now it's coming to the wrong side, and this likely is going to fall off until we can hit another resist or support area, which if we're looking at a out into the future support area for Hbar, we simply go no farther than this, and we extend it out, ladies and gentlemen, and then we can find our next logical buy point. And for Hbar, our next logical buy point would be, oh yes, and you can see how that M topping reversal seems to be supporting what I'm saying. And the logical buy point for Hbar is dun, 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 $33 or 0.334 would be your next chance to break this. Roughly 33.5 we'll put it. This is up to the minute, up to the date breaking news analysis. Your next chance for a swing on Hbar, I wouldn't get stuck in it now, is likely going to be 335, and then what's going to end up happening is if you do break down, you'll bounce to 335 and likely have a nice pump back up to about 42 cents. That's likely what would happen. You'd do something like that. So that's the prediction. That's what I'm projecting for Hbar. So I hope that helps. And then XPR's inaugural debut on Swing Traders Anonymous. I've only covered it a couple times in the past, but this JD might be before your time. We had some Proton fans. They just started disappearing. You may have been the one I was covering it for in the beginning. So Proton, we're going to go into the 2 hour because of the way it's trading. So I want to show you two things right now, JD, so you don't get caught with your pants down. Number one, we can start all the way up here, and we have a beautiful, and when I say beautiful, I mean beautiful uptrend. That gives us a lot of history. And then we've got to talk about something else, JD, because now we've got kind of a slanting, and this could be because we're in a retrace moment, but we can absolutely come to the support here and start breaking it out this way. So obviously we have a little bit of room to come down, and then we can also close this in, and I know it's going to get complicated, but follow me, JD. You're a smart guy. You've been following me for a long time. So that's the box we're in right now, JD. And now you're like, well, Tom, what if we're going to start an uptrend here? Well, JD, I'm glad you asked. In the short-term uptrend period, you could start here, and we're starting just in the short term. So you could say this is where we're going to try to break out of this box. And then you're like, well, Tom, what does it look like if we break out of the box? Well, JD, with these unbelievable questions, so we'll start a just in the moment uptrend if this is what is starting after this nice retracement, because that's what it's technically looking like right now. But mind you, JD, this is a short term, so if it breaks that, you know, it's just going to the retrace line. And then you're like, well, Tom, what if we break down and I gotta know? Okay, JD, if we break down, I'm going to show you the logical buy-in point just from a farther out support structure. This might not even work with this just because of the massive uptrend it's on. No, all roads are leading to there, JD. All roads lead to there. So I would say the logical buy-in point, if it's going to bounce, right there. So if you're asking me where I would buy, everything seems to be pointing to the same spot, and confluency is good, especially if you're not in a position. And if it doesn't hold this, you know it's coming down. So the logical bounce point is somewhere in that area, 0.01337. So if we take out our handy dandy ruler, we say that's only about a 5.5% drop from here, and that can likely be a bounce point. But mind you, if it comes down any farther than that, you know it just broke the neckline, and then you've got a downtrend that you know you can already follow, JD, because we're keeping you one step ahead. So there's the downtrend forming if it decides to stay. And then you say, well, what about the other side? Well, I'm glad you asked, JD, man. Do we have this covered to a T? So if the downtrend's starting, that's what's going to happen. It's going to break that line, the red line, and then you know it's coming down this channel. So that's up to the minute, up to the date. I hope this helps. Make sure you guys hit that like button, turn that bell notification on, and check all my other content. Stay up to the minute, up to the date. I can do this on any single coin. I don't need to know any history, anything else. All I need to do is look at the technicals for 2 seconds, and I'm the best in the business for a reason.